I decided I wanted to do techno, it was mainly because of what it stands for. Yeah, so mainly the whole we belong together, we are one, you have to respect each other. Like, we have to take care of one another in the dance floor, and you have to be able to express yourself. That's what drives me to do techno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this occasion, this special occasion, we have in Macala, we have Süss Techno. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hi.
Bien, ¿y ustedes?
Muy bien,
Very good,
gracias.
thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Süss and Süss.
Yeah.
Like, now when I say anything, I will be like Süss, and everybody's gonna be like,
Yeah.
Süss.
Which one?
Which of them?
Yeah.
You know? But thank you so much for being here. I know you have a very busy agenda, and we're super happy to have you around.
Yes.
Susie, how does it feel? Because Süss is actually the second woman that is on the podcast.
Yes. Yeah. I've been trying to get you here from the beginning, but you're very busy, high in demand. DJ woman, busy. So it was a little bit tricky, but yeah, you are the second. First was Alchemia, and yeah, you guys love each other because she loves you.
Yeah.
She loves you. So yeah, I'm really happy to have you here and to share your insights on everything in the scene and what you're doing right now.
I'm guessing this is going to be a little tricky because I already know what you're going to ask me.
Yeah, a little bit, but
No.
the fun part about this is that it's always a conversation with friends.
Yes.
So we're super happy to have you. Thank you for being in this amazing new space that we are
Yeah.
in this occasion. And honestly, I just want to know a lot about your story.
Yes.
Because I know that you come from a family that it's involved with music. I know that you play different instruments as well. And so, please, take it away. Tell us a little bit how you start to fall in love with music.
Creo que me enamoré de la música desde que nací. O sea, my dad, he's a musician. He has a rock band. Like, he's been on rock history, like, forever. So my vacations as a little kid was like being backstage.
Wow, on tour.
Yeah.
No? Cool.
Actually, for like Dia de los Niños, I posted my picture. I'm like about 1 year old, and I'm at his recording studio. Yeah, it's always been a part of me, so I really love it. I actually I've never thought my life would be anything else besides music.
See, this is really interesting because obviously, and then I can draw a parallel here because, for example, Alchemia. She also comes from a family of musicians as well.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys love each other makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And what did your dad play, or did he sing? Or
Yeah, he's a vocalist.
Nice.
That is so cool. Like, what is the name of their band?
Rostros Ocultos. I don't know if you've ever heard like
Rostros
them
Ocultos,
play.
okay.
Unai? Yes, that's him.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up.
Wow. Well,
I'm gonna look it up.
super nice, super interesting.
Yeah.
So you start falling in love with music because you basically live as part of a rock band from the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. I was like the first baby on his generation of musicians, so everyone like sings this little baby.
Yeah.
Everybody's racing you, know, like all these people that
Yeah.
You're the little kid, right?
Yeah, I know like stage managers that used to be manning me.
Yeah.
Well, that's super nice.
Fantastic.
Do you have any memories about like a specific time when you were just a kid, and I don't know, your dad is just coming out of a concert and you're just like there, and then now that looking back, you know,
It was really special when I was like I was in primary school, like fifth year, fifth grade. My dad used to set like everything from his concerts up in my house's garden, and just put some like karaoke tracks for me.
Okay.
Like I would be like singing to Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys, like just streaming around in my patio. Like my neighbors were like, "Shut up!" So, yeah, I think that's one of my most special memories.
So, like, just before we started shooting, we were just having a little chat, and you told me like you've been making music your whole life, but the electronic music, you started moving in that scene about 2017. Like, what was your age? How old were you then?
Yeah, like electronic music started for me about 2015 when I have a really special friend which I admire a lot, Manolo Mezquita.
Okay.
He used to be in Nopalera, so I always like ran into him and like say I am your fan. I love your music. I want to learn. So he invited me to this project he was doing live stands. So I started like recognizing it. I mean, I knew electronic music from the 80s and from the 90s, but I'd never played it, right? I didn't know anything about drum machines or synths or anything beyond analogic traditional instruments, right?
Right.
So he invited me and he was like my mentor during this time. And he showed me how to use drum machines and starting like doing little gigs here and there.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like parallel to like, you didn't have to be sitting on the piano like for 6 hours a day, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's like easier or simpler, but for me, like my neurodivergence was happy. Like I didn't have to be reading line all over again.
Yeah.
So it gave me like this opportunity to experiment and like just be free with myself and just find like new sounds and a new universe for me.
Yeah, so much artistic freedom all of a sudden, right? You're just like,
No rules, and like you didn't have to pretend to be like this person.
Like the structure behind it, isn't it? It's like liberating at the end of the day, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's super interesting because we've had, for example, Damon G.
yeah.
He was the first guest of our show, and he fell in love first of all with rock.
Yep.
He was a rock band guy and a punk band guy, and, you know. And then after that, he started playing dark disco. So
Yeah, developing dark disco.
really developing
Yeah.
in it, and we had some really nice anecdotes from that episode. Check it out. But it's funny because something that you guys have in common as well. I'm gonna do another parallel, is that you start playing music. You know, analog instruments, maybe guitars, maybe the drums, different instruments that are just, I would say, traditional.
Yeah.
You know, and then you find this whole new world.
Yeah.
I feel like in Aladdin.
I want to start singing.
Yeah.
So it gives you options. Like it's really hard to be a traditional musician if you don't have like, if you have ADHD, you're not going to be able to make it. You know, it was really hard for me. Like my mom was like, you have to practice guitar, you have to practice your piano, and that for me was like really hard.
Yeah.
Like to do it like a certain way in a certain time. Like I needed like freedom to express myself. Like I just wanted to make noise, right? Like just to play around. So for me, like electronic music, it's like a safe space to do that.
Ah, that's so amazing. Yeah, like expressing yourself through music and also like as a persona, right?
Yeah.
As an artist, as a musician.
Yeah.
You're born with that, you have it, or, you know,
don't.
and you need to express it.
Yeah.
Like really need to share it with the world.
Why do you think, you know, like when you start developing love for music kind of gives you like a structure of like your style and the way you know, why do you think that happens? Because that is so nice. It's so interesting.
It's related to like what's happening socially, right? Like if you have like certain ideals, it's like a consequence of the fashion and the music, right? Like I don't know, punk and mining, right, in northern UK, right? And then the whole look with the jeans and the Dr. Martens, or like my reference to Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Like it's a consequence from what's happening socially, and I think like the fashion and the music and what you think and what you fight for it, like it all goes down the same road.
Isn't it weird how pop music sometimes dilutes this sense of I would say ownership of the genres of a music, you know?
It's like contra anarchista, no? It's
Sí.
the opposite of that. It's like showing you like this bubblegum world where everything's
Exactly, yeah.
You look perfect. You have a perfect life with a whole lot of money and guys and girls.
Yeah.
So I think it's like another choice, right?
Yeah, just like what we were talking about the choices we're going to have in expressing our music through different mediums.
Yeah.
Like the control, you have the CDJs, the vinyl, the controllers, and now the AI coming. You know, like
Like whichever world you choose.
which Yeah. Yeah.
And then to create from as well, because as little as a seed or as a piece of of anything, you are contributing to that idea. If you're part of the punk scene, then you're contributing to the punk scene in your own way.
You're adding to it. Yeah. With your.
Madonna is like the biggest icon in pop music, and she was like an icon of the anarchist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it depends on your view of things, like your freedom to be an artist and whatever you want to say,
Yeah. And now that we're talking about what you wanna say, as an artist, you started in 2017 in the industry of electronic music.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this. You've been there your whole life. Is there anything that at that point in time when you started to do this that you wanted to say?
Oh, for sure. When I found, I decided I wanted to do techno, it was mainly because of that it stands for. Yeah, so mainly the whole, we belong together, we are one, you have to respect each other. Like, we have to take care of one another in the dance floor, and you have to be able to express yourself. That's what drives me to do techno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really comes from that community feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Yeah. And then because you produce your sounds and you're so electric, can you lead that back to something like your taste? Like, was it like before that when you weren't producing your own music yet? Like, what would you listen to that you can sort of connect to that?
But I've always listened to it's rock, like Rage Against the Machine, Tool, Incubus, Jam, yeah, and then into the electronic, like really interesting stuff that it's a bit commercial, but it's really good, like Moderat or Forte.
Yeah.
That kind of
Super musical.
Yeah, Apis Twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that was a bit experimental.
Yes.
Wasn't like
Intelligent.
underground.
So sometimes you want to listen to music and not think too much, or sometimes you listen to music and you really want to go deep into
I mean, if you listen to Tool, you definitely.
Yeah.
I help myself but be like intense about it. Yeah. Sorry.
No, but it's true. Like at the end of the day, I mean, we all have different tastes and everything, but there's music for everything. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And the fact that you feel so intensely, intensely, about music and about rock, as it is, it must influence both your music and your sets, your music selection.
For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I have my place that I remember all the time about where I love the most to play at, because I can just
Throw it all.
just
Yeah.
let go. Do you have that place in mind?
Yeah, for sure. Bar Americas.
Yeah.
Like, I really love playing there. And Bar America has been a part of my life since forever, and it's been like an angular, like, stone, no sé, piedra angular in my career. And also Pandemic, which I just did a few weeks ago. And I think it's a really interesting party, because it's like a new proposal from younger people that want like just to experiment with raving, like old time raving 90s style.
Yeah.
And, like, they're open to everything. You can play anything and everything and anytime.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be on the schedule or timetable. Like you just go out there and
Fuck yeah.
So they love it. I mean, I love it. And I think that's both. Also, I'm in Berlin, and so it's like,
Of course.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny, like we're going back to that.
Yeah.
Because
The old raving?
the old raving, yeah. I mean, I'm nostalgic about it. I really would like to see some parties like here also in the city, like moving more towards that.
I think it's getting there.
Yeah, it's a whole movement, and we definitely want to be throwing some stuff. Some cool things are coming. Stay tuned. But yeah, it's coming. This wave is coming, definitely.
Yeah,
It's cool.
there. It's like,
Well, I mean, there are a lot of parties that have that message, but do you actually feel it when you're there? You know what I mean?
No, but I think that's not like the party's fault per se. I think that's like a society thing. Like in Mexico, I think we have a long road still ahead in understanding like the dynamics metaphysically of music and the raving versus just getting fucked up, right?
Right.
Yeah. I think right now it's like just going out there and doing alcohol and drugs and that's it, right? And yeah, I think we have to like speak a lot more about it.
Yeah.
In a way, there's this, I would say, movement of young people that kind of romanticize or fall in love more with what is old though, and that gives a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of like the essence of
The
old
essence. It's about the essence, not
It,
vaporizing, not getting
It's
lost.
not really about, you know, just like we've talked about this several times. It's not about the you know, the lights and the show and the, you know, the whole everything. It's more about, you know, the you just come there, just
Yeah. See, yeah, that's what we're looking for.
It's great because I mean we've interviewed people from different genres, different generations, different countries, and they all have this craving, you know, like you're talking about community.
Yeah.
You're talking about
Yep.
music and sounds create atmospheres. I just listened to the Musai DJ set that you created in December, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Such great energy, such great sounds. Very nice. I love it so much, so well rounded. And what I hear is, if you allow me to say it, this is my interpretation, I would say like medicine.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's super nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I try to do it consciously. Like I started studying music therapy
Well,
and a lot about frequencies, so I try to incorporate them in my productions or my sets. I mean, they're not always like technically perfect, but I like my intentions there, you know?
Yeah. But clearly it comes across because there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was in the
Fucking
morning.
fantastic.
Yeah. It was super good. You know, I just can relate in the way we view this podcast as well. I'll share this idea with you. When we talked about creating it and when we started developing, we really had a big, deep conversation, and it was refreshing to find somebody that, whilst being very different from oneself, felt the same way about music. And then, like I said, it gives you hope. It gives you hope for what's coming in terms of like the development of music.
For sure.
And I would say, but I love traveling and taking my music with me.
For sure.
You know, and it's just kind of like getting there and telling that, like, this is how I feel. You know? You know, in my context, in my society, and this is how my society works. I wanted to ask you, how did you get into this idea of healing frequencies, you know, all this part of music as a healing method?
I think music's been a part of my healing. Like, it's always been my companionship. I used to be like a really awkward kid. I think I still am. Yeah, so not really like socially accepted. So music used to be my companionship. Like, I used to like listen to music like every afternoon, like in the park or in my garden, like just reading books, like dreaming of having friends, you know, like have some kind of stability, because my life was like so crazy right back there, right? And then I think it became like the most important part of myself, like getting to know myself. Who was I? What I wanted, like dreaming, like seeing my future, like it was always with the soundtrack. So yeah, it's really like it's been really important for me. And I started studying metaphysics and kind of like different disciplines on healing. and I came across music and sound healing.
Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. Like I feel with you on that, like feeling like awkward and not having many friends and stuff, and then really having the music to soothe
Yeah.
your emotions.
Yeah.
I feel that definitely. So what do you see as the future for your music? What's next, or what are you building
Like
towards?
my religion is just to have fun and like travel places and get my music like places to the people who wants to hear it. Like I don't have like a commercial agenda. Like if it goes that way, I'll be like glad, happy, and but I mean I'm happy just like producing and doing music, and that's it.
Yeah.
When we talk about having this agenda, it's so nice when you understand yourself first instead of trying to fit,
Right.
you know. And we talked about this off camera several times, you know. Most of us are kind of little geeky kids, you know, that
Nerds.
yeah, little nerds.
Nerd alert.
You know, and to find oneself
Yeah.
plays a big role
Yeah.
in what you put out and how you put it out. You know? We were talking earlier about the community, but I want to talk about, let's get closer, you know. How important are the people that are around you?
So much. Like in my creative process,
Yeah.
like so much. I mean, for instance, I have a daughter. She's 18 and she's like really talented musician. She plays a lot of instruments. Like she writes and she sings and she produces and she's out there. And I mean,
Amazing.
that was my influence, right? That was like something like I gave my time and my effort, like to help her develop something like she's gonna use on her community when she grows up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like fifth generation of musicians. So that's really important for me. Like it's our way of living, it's our way of expressing ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I mean, my friends and the fun and sharing moments, going to festivals, like listening to bands and going in the car, like just having a laugh or having a cry and like, I love this song. And she's like, I love it too.
That's so nice. And you bring her to gigs, you bring her to festivals.
Not so much, you know. I mean, not so much. I do go to every gig of her. Yeah, but I mean, I want her to discover raving by herself, not by me. Because, like, I think it's a personal decision, right?
Yeah.
And you want to have your own experience. I mean, I don't know if my dad or my mother went to my first raves. I don't know. I don't know what they would say.
Yeah.
My parents have been at parties with me.
Yeah. You look
It's pretty cool.
super nice.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah. I bring them when I go play. And they've been in Amsterdam at a couple of, it was really cool. It was really cool to have your parents there because they're just like, they really enjoy it. They are very proud, you know, and they're like, let's see what's going on, you know, let's see how these kids do it nowadays. Yeah, it's really great. Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would say like, my parents are very, very conservative in a way, so I don't know if that would be the same reaction that I would get from them.
But they've always listened to like so many beats in the household, you know, because of my brother, because of me, and then my dad being musician. So there's so much all the time, you know. That's not too different, you know.
Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah, perfect. Well, in this area, taking the influences of society, of your personal community, and also your history. What do you think is happening to electronic music in Mexico?
That's a really hard question. I mean, it will go both ways, and you'll be able like to choose. Like, either it goes to a really commercial way, like artificial intelligence powered, and like this whole industry of being like pushed by TikTok and Instagram and the outfits and the money and, you know, like we're already there. But also we're already in the underground, like fighting for anarchism and like for everything you believe. So, I mean, there's both choices. You're gonna be able to choose whichever works for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna keep growing and growing, and it's just gonna be a way bigger.
it's valid. I think for me, it's valid. Like if you have like a big budget and you have like this whole afterlife kind of vibe, that's good because you're like giving yourself to people who will understand that. And like if you're really only underground, like Blawan or Luis Flores, like
Right.
there's gonna be people that understands that. It's just two different languages.
It's fanning out in Mexico. It's fanning out. It's just getting so wider, and wider, and there are more options and more choices.
On one side of things, I listened to a lot of artists that are going back.
Yeah.
You know, like we were saying off camera, you know, just starting to do vinyls again, starting to do maybe or using old sounds, you know, maybe TR, maybe, you know, the 909s, the 808s, things like that to give, I would say, a little bit of soul to their tracks.
Old school feeling.
Yeah. Also in the parties.
Yeah, in the parties as well.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you have these big spectacles. You know, you have the so you have the you know the afterlife.
The afterlife
you have
parties and shit,
All this,
yeah.
like just like
Eric Pietz.
exactly. Just come on, let's go. All
Everything that's possible. Yeah.
you know,
Which is
everything is magic. You like that? It's weird. You know the spectrum that everything is going.
yeah.
I don't know. I in a sense, people that are coming up with this wide variety of things, I don't know if anybody has really experienced that. I would say since the 80s. You know.
Yeah.
Does it make sense what I'm telling you?
Shows and like
Exactly. You know, at that time it was the Freddie Mercury's and it was the
The pop world was the show. Yeah.
big shows.
Yeah.
Hair and
Fire and yeah. So we just wanted to ask you some questions about your personal life, going deep, in depth interview with Süss. So you raised a beautiful daughter. She's 18 now. You're an artist. Like combining those lifestyles. How did you experience? You're a DJ. You play a lot. Like how do you do that?
I mean, the hardest part of it is like getting the judgmental parents in the school like to trust
Right.
their kids, you know.
Right.
That's the hardest part. But I mean, if you have discipline, like you can do anything. Then.
Right.
The one rule I follow is like, I don't ever go back to my home like being drunk, and that's it.
Okay.
You go somewhere else.
No.
No, you don't drink, eh?
No, I don't.
No. Yeah. It's healthy choice.
It's important because I mean at the moment when you had a kid, you were also in you know in music. You had rock bands as well, and you were on tour as well at some point.
Yeah, at some point, yeah, like not when she was like a baby, but yeah, when she was really young. Yeah.
How does it feel to do that? I don't.
No,
I mean, I can't relate. I don't
Like
have kids, but
you have to not sleep at all.
Yeah.
I finish playing and I take a flight back home, like to be next day for her to take her to school. Or to, well, yeah.
Yeah. You don't sleep.
No, I don't.
But now it must be way more relaxed now. She's
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Like
yeah.
she's not on she's.
yeah. Does she still live at home or she has her own place?
Yeah, well, she's back from London. She was in London for the last semester.
Cool.
She's back from there, and then she's gonna be home for another year, and then she's leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Remember, Mexicans live at their place like until they're
Late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's important to understand it because every single artist has their own story, and we've talked to artists that have said no, married, children.
Yeah. No kids. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they laugh.
Yeah.
They laugh.
It's easier to be a mom than being married, for sure.
Yeah. Then to do this also. Yeah. No.
No, it's
Jeez.
as relationships. It's just as a as an overall thing. You know, being an artist, you have you just have a different schedule. You know, it's just that. Like, it's as easy as that. One thing that I remember from a good friend of mine, a great DJ as well. He told me, you can raise a girl, but you need support.
You need what?
Support.
Oh, okay.
No, we're getting into that.
Yeah.
You know, it's that at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't matter if you are an artist or you know, just I'm gonna say a regular person. What I'm saying, guys. You know, but you always need support. You need support for the family, from you know, your sister, your mother, your father.
Yeah, it's been like my mom and my sister.
Great. See that?
Yeah,
That's good. That's support.
Yeah, you need to. You like they say, you need a village to raise a kid, right?
Have you seen this thing in Colombia, or I think it's in Colombia.
What?
So it's weird, but you know, you correct me if I'm wrong. But it's this tribe, and when a woman in the tribe wants to have a kid or has a kid or everything, like several men of the tribe sleep with that woman while she's pregnant.
While she's pregnant?
Yeah, like
they become responsible also.
exactly. They become like parents. Like all the men that slept with that woman are parents of the kid, of the newborn.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's it. They come around. They
Sounds like fun, Just kidding.
Jake,
Wow.
I mean, es broma, pero si no quieres, no es broma.
I've been single for 5 years.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that you know, maybe that phrase has a natural, you know, deeper
Takes it
situation. Exactly. No? And but the idea behind it is like all these people have this big sense of community, call it and put it there however they want to, you know, but they don't feel responsible for the kid because it's kind of like the survival of the tribe, you know, and they want to make sure that the kid is raised well and correctly and he knows.
Yeah, but in the old days it was like a whole tribe
I mean,
engagement.
at the same time. I mean,
No, but yeah. Yeah, and it's starting to get a little bit barbarian now. So, talking about German parties, you play a lot in Berlin too, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Favorite place in the world.
there's a question that you've asked before about this.
What?
What's the difference between playing
Yeah.
in Berlin than anywhere else? Or in Mexico, you know?
I think it's way more relaxed. Like being in Berlin, people's like so open to your music and like to your proposal, like
To your proposal, huh?
yeah, everyone's like so chill and so relaxed. And here, people is a bit more judgmental, just a little bit. Yeah. So it's a lot of pressure being here, especially in Guadalajara. Like, it gets to you.
Yeah, but it's like people expect something from the artist. This is how I experience, right? And then so they're waiting for that. Yeah. They're waiting for you to do that thing. And then if you don't do that thing, they're like looking at you like, when is it gonna happen? And you get that pressure, right? You're like,
Have you ever been playing like, and someone goes to you and just like gives you the stick and like, can you put a song here?
Yeah.
Like, I want you to put my track, and you're like, man, when?
Yeah.
You would say, Berlin, big stage. You're not from there. You know, you're like going there. And, like, I've never played in Berlin. Hopefully, there will be a time.
It will come.
It will come.
It will come. It will happen.
Manifesting.
Yeah, for sure.
And but what I'm thinking is at some point it could be overwhelming. I would not expect to have Süss say it's relaxing. They're open. They
like,
want to listen to you. They want to see what's there.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's like they already heard everything, so they're like, "What are you? Show me what you got."
Like, I was like, I mean, really confident in my techno. When I went there, I was like, I'm gonna do, this was a few years back, and I was like, it was the first time, and I was like, I'm gonna do like this really Berlin set, and they're never gonna know where I'm from. Yeah, right. I just like came down and a friend of mine was like, it's really interesting your Mexican style and take on the techno. I was like, how can you tell I'm Mexican? Yeah, but they do have that ear.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. If you live there and you've been there, you know, like everyone's like wanting to hear and see and experience everything.
Yeah.
That's their way of life.
Yeah, it's so amazing, like art, music, the whole life, it's all so integrated into everyday life, right? Oh, I want to go there again this summer. Are you going soon, you know, for...
I want to go summer, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to do South America first. Yeah.
You have any gigs planned, something to look forward to?
Working on it because I've been producing and I've been doing like this whole label thing I want to do. And I haven't had the time to book. But if you're hearing this from Colombia,
Yeah, yes.
book me and it's
Her email address is down below. Just reach out.
yeah.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
we're thinking Colombia now.
Yeah.
We're going Colombiano.
Yeah.
Everyone's in Colombia. It's like the best.
Oh, I want to go there. Yes.
And the people are so nice.
Yeah.
The people are very, very nice. What I've encountered.
What so has encountered? They were so nice.
You have no idea.
No, but there's a lot of stuff happening so exciting in South America, electronic music wise. So a lot more ground to cover there.
Yeah, there must be a next episode, some time ahead.
Yeah.
Where after the tour, you tell us how everything was.
Yes, we would love to have you back soon. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
In the next season.
Yeah.
See.
And on that note, well, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for being here.
For having everything here.
Yeah.
And well, you wanna say goodbye, darling?
Goodbye. No, thank you so much for sharing everything with us, being so open and to get insights from you. And yeah, we would love to have you back. Thank you everybody for being here. And check out Süss. All her links and everything, socials are down below in the description. And we would love to see you back on the next episode. So see you on the next beat.
Yes. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to the Instagram, to the Spotify, and to the YouTube, and everything.
Click the buttons.
Please, can you tell us your socials again so that everybody can follow?
I just do Instagram.
Okay.
Techno.
Süss Techno.
Süss Techno.
With the diéresis on the use, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Double S.
Double S, yes.
Excellent. So thank you so much for staying with us. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next beat.
See you. Bye.
Bye.